Hi, my name is Artem Mansuri, and I did my persuasive speech on how teenagers are affected by social media. And we're going to look at apps like TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat and how they affect teens' mental health. And I'm going to bring you guys with me. We all have seen the bad sides of social media. We've seen that it's gotten worse and worse with explicit content for younger kids, and we've seen that there's a lot of hate on social media nowadays, and it's getting worse. I myself have been on social media for a long time now and have seen it progress. I'm not an expert, but have seen that social media has not been heading in the right direction. I want to inform people that social media isn't all that great and it does have negative effect on people. And sometimes I want to and that some people can have bad thoughts because of this. I want to show people how social media can negatively affect our future generations and could also find ways to have more monetization so we can have the age restriction for the younger audiences to actually work. The problem with social media is that it has a lot of things that are negative about it. And it also exposes kids to things that they shouldn't see until they're older. It also affects teens' mental health, and also a study done by the United States surgeon Vivek Murthy says that a, more harm has been done to mental health due to social media in the last couple of years than we've seen in the past couple of years at all. A solution would be to have more monetization on social media, not allowing super young kids to be exposed to these bad videos. And for teens to also be more open on the comments, we have to have off all the hate. We have to get some bots to get the hate off of the comment sections, off of social media totally. And also having a system to where sending a warning and them making another hateful comment or gesture on social media will have them off the platform indefinitely. And this might not help the problem or fix it, but it can make the environment better. Now, I'm going to bring you guys really with me into this topic. I want to really get in depth with it. And I'm going to talk about why social media can really affect the teens' mental health in general. One problem that social media brings is unreal expectations. And as of recently, we've all seen videos of people trying to show you how to make money and make it quick, right? Trying to make it seem that you're not doing this the right way and that, you're not fulfilling your expectations at such a young age. But after all these guys are doing this for business, trying to make money off of people, right? And it's causing kids to think of themselves differently, right? One other thing that we want to look at is how it affects people and their development in the future. When looking at an article made by the Cleveland Clinic on April 30th, 2024, they said that nearly 40% of kids 8 to 12 and 90% of children 13 to 17 use social media apps. 40% of kids that are under the age limit are on social media apps, which is crazy. 40%. And, this should be a part of the social media apps things to do that they shouldn't allow these kids on there because they're not of the age limit. And it's not all apps, but it's most apps that do this. Another website talks about how you're impacted with more anxiety because of social media, and it also could lead to more depression. An article done by Kathy Catella at Yale on January 8th, 2024, talks about how teens from the age 12 to 15 who use social media for more than 3 hours a day face twice the risk of mental health issues from social media, including depression and anxiety symptoms. Now that's huge because using a lot of social media just shows that could affect your thoughts and also your mental health. A lot of depression cases see the use of social media having a big impact on their feelings and the way that they see things because of the hate that they get on social media and the unrealistic expectations. An article done by Newport Academy on April 17, 2023 says 1/3 of kids who experience depression symptoms are reported to use social media constantly, and the 18% of people who do not use social media did not have these symptoms. Now, that's 18% of kids who did not use social media that didn't have to face these complications. And when looking at this, it's a pretty big number, like 18% of kids that didn't have to face this because they weren't on social media. Now that's crazy. Social media has so much hate that being on it too much could lead to mental health issues, and that's bad. We have to get on this. Uh, Now, let's get into the next part of this topic, and we want to look at people could say that, there's lots of objections, there's lots of arguments. People could say that social media doesn't have a lot of cons and that, that it's super beneficial, that you're allowed to show yourself and see what your friends are doing all the time. And all these things are great, but there are also so many cons that we're starting to see and that have such a big impact on our younger generations that we need to start getting more on this topic, to start seeing the bad parts of social media and to start taking action upon it. My proposal is that we take more of a strict approach on the age restrictions so young teens don't get exposed to this bad content. And, for the hate side of this argument and the mental health part, we need to really be on top of the systems that we put on these social media apps to get the hate off of them, to make sure that the people who produce hate aren't on these apps. A way to prevent this problem is to encourage people to be posting things and being more positive in their posts. Post something that'll make someone laugh and make their day, and say something in their comment section that's nice. Or make it go a long way for them. Maybe it make their day. I think my solution could bring a lot of positivity to social media, and that it could also set a new standard on there. I think that it could help kids that see things that they shouldn't see develop better because they don't get exposed to bad things. And my solution should overall help the space of social media get toxicity out of there and just make it a safer space overall. I think that social media has a lot of things that we can make to fix it. And you guys are a big part of it too. Things that you guys can do to help this problem is to just be more positive on your space. To not bring down people, but bring them up. And all it takes is one person, one trend, one thing on TikTok to blow up, like a video, to make a difference. We should all start like a hashtag or make a TikTok video to be better on our environments and to help people be better. Now, getting into the closing parts of my speech, I hope I've informed you the cons of social media. And I know that social media has its pros, but as of late, the toxic parts of social media have come to light, and it's made it come more to my perspective that we need to be on this and make sure that the negative parts of social media doesn't affect teens. We've looked at social media and how it can lead to depression, anxiety, and predominantly it's all in teens. We also looked at how we should keep our young children off of social media because it could affect their development. And, this all could help. And, this is all negative parts of social media, but we just have to make sure that we get on top of these companies like TikTok, Snapchat, and Instagram to really help out their communities. I've already been more positive on social media over the past couple years. I've tried to be better, to be nicer to people, and try to make other people feel welcome on these platforms to make it a better place. In conclusion, I hope that I've really informed you on how bad social media can be, and I know that there's a pros, like I said, but I really have started seeing the negatives come out lately, and I hope that this has kind of promoted you to go be more active on this topic and to go help out our social media platforms to have a safer space. And I myself want to be even better on these platforms to make a difference. Thank you.